Hello everyone, welcome back to Miss Ming's channel. This is Miss Ming. In my channel, I do vlog videos, makeup videos, and lifestyle videos, and study and work productivity videos, and everything I'm passionate about to create a happy, healthy, beautiful lifestyle. If this content interests you, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also ring the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about 10 tips and strategies to be productive and efficient when work or study from home. As usual, I have my cheat sheets right here so that I have an outline of talking points. Sit back, relax, get some popcorn, and let's get started. Alright, so the first tip is to get up early enough. A lot of times when we have a set schedule to go to work or school, like if you have to go to work at 8, if you have a class at 9, usually you wake up around 6 or 7, and usually your schedule and biological clock is pretty steady and stable. However, when working or studying from home, one of the mistakes that I saw is that people actually stop getting up early during the regular time. They start to slip in and slip in and slip in, and their day just became shorter and they have less time to work. So try to still get up at your usual time. If you usually get up at 6, you can get up at 6. Usually if you get up at 7, get up at 7, and allow you about 1 hour to do your morning routine tasks before you study or work. It's usually good enough and you don't feel like you're rushed. You feel like your life is still routinized. So get up early and try to allow 1 hour to get ready. The second tip is to keep your morning routine. Usually before we go to work or school, we usually spend some time putting on makeup, or if you're a guy, you may spend some time doing your hair, putting on some hair gel. We brush your teeth, we put on clothes, we put on professional clothes or cute college clothes, and then we head out to the door. But during the time that we work or study from home, a lot of times people just wear their pajamas the whole day. Well, regardless if you actually physically go to work or school, I think it's very important to still keep your morning routine about your morning routine coffee, your morning routine like makeup or hair routine, put on your clothes, to try to think about your outfits. It's very important to go into the zone of, okay, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to study. It's just like a day that I go to college, except for the fact that I'm going to college at home. Tip number 3, and this is actually something that I use a lot during the summer. I used to teach online courses during the summer. I used to work a lot from home. One thing that I noticed that was really effective for myself is to actually try to go around the neighborhood, walk around the neighborhood or jog around the neighborhood pretending I'm actually going somewhere. To me, it's very important, and it also established the time that, okay, this is the time that I'm gonna start working. Although I'm going back to the same house, I'm pretending that it's my office, but not so much of my bedroom. So I think it's very important for me, after I got ready, try to go for a walk or go for a jog and try to think that you're going somewhere to somewhere, but you're just going around circles and going back. Somehow I managed to trick my mind that, okay, this is the time when work starts. I think overall in long term, it really helped myself, because it makes me feel like, okay, so from now on, I'm not gonna go on social media, I'm not gonna go on Facebook, I'm not gonna edit my videos because it's working time. And during the lunch break, I can actually resume my other social media activities. And try it and let me know. Tip number 4, even though when you work from home, a lot of times we feel like, oh, then we're not going outside, then we don't need sunscreen. No. Unless you live in a basement with no windows, still put on sunscreen. It's so important. It's so important to prevent early aging and skin cancer. So usually when I work from home, I try to work in front of a window because this phobia thing. I always love to work in an open space, and having a window on the side or in front of me really helped me. If you have a window at home, make sure you put on sunscreen even though you're not going anywhere. And also put on sunscreen before you go for your morning walk or morning jog is also very important. I actually personally knew someone that had skin cancer because of the sun, and it just freaks me out. So to prevent that, always put on sunscreen. And I love physical sunscreen, which is usually titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Tip number 5, as I talked about earlier, even though you're not going out to work, dress up a little bit, try to dress professionally a little bit. Okay, so the reason for it is twofold. The first thing is, if you are wearing pajama, it's very likely you fall back into the bed or lay on the couch. So try not to wear pajamas when you work or study from home is the first thing. Second of all, if you're working from home, it's very likely that you have a conference video call. If you're wearing pajamas and not being presentable, even you have been working behind the desk, people are gonna think, oh, you just woke up, you actually didn't work. So it's very, 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 very important to be always ready for a conference or video call. And also wearing study clothes and also professional clothes also gets you into the work or study mode. Tip number 6. Make a to-do list every morning, or maybe sometimes even twice a day. A lot of times when we go to school or go to work, sometimes our professors or our boss will give us, oh, this is what you're gonna do today. But when you're working from home, sometimes you don't always get that. You don't always get that face-to-face interaction, but always try to look at your syllabus, or if you work, try to go through your emails and try to look at, okay, what are you gonna work on and what's due and what's important, what was the notes from the other meeting, so that you can actually compile a to-do list and making sure that you're on top of the game, even though that you're not actually like being encouraged physically face-to-face. After you make a to-do list for the day, make sure you block some time for each task. It's so important because when we go to school or go to work, sometimes the professors or the bell, they usually give us like a block of time to work on different things. Basically, it's very easy to manage when you have the first period, second period, or the first class from this time to this time, second class from this time to this time. Similarly, when you go to work, sometimes your boss will tell you, oh, get it done before the end of the day, get it done before the lunchtime so I can review certain things. It's like it's easier when other people block your time for you. But when you're working from home, it's very important to self-motivate, not only to put down a to-do list of the day, but also block time for each task or block time for each subject or class that you're studying, so that it's very, very important that you have time designated to complete each task and for each subject in each class. Tip number 7. Actually, from my experience of working in the office, I saw a lot of people are not on top of the game for this one. But please make sure you block 5 minutes each hour to get up from your desk, walk around the house, drink some water, go to the restroom. It's so important. At work, I saw that people, they don't get up until like 3 hours later, usually from 8 to 11. Like a lot of people just sit through 3 hours. I don't know how people do it. I really don't know. Basically, try to take a 2 to 5 minute break every hour to walk around, increase your blood flow, and always make sure that you hydrate. It's very, 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 very common for people to forget about hydrating themselves or move around, especially when they're just working at home and they don't have to walk from the parking lot to the building anymore. So very important to really like set up alarm or block some time in your schedule to take care of yourself, hydrate, and take short breaks. It's gonna help you in terms of the mental focus as well. Number 8. We are all social animals. I am an introvert. I love working from home. I don't like to physically go somewhere to work because it gives me social anxiety. I don't know. I love being alone so much, and I'm always more productive when working from home compared to working in the office. I think my productivity is 3 times higher when I work from home individually, because I feel like it's stress-free and I don't have to have social contact with people that I don't really know, making small talks. It gives me a lot of anxiety and my affective filter just go up. But at the end of the day, we're still social animals. I still have a lot of close friends. You work from home, it's very easy to feel like you've been isolated. It's very easy to go into a rabbit hole of, oh, what I'm doing right now is not even worth it. Nobody is validating me and I don't even know, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes we also need other people to hold ourselves accountable. Okay, so usually when I work from home, especially when I was writing my dissertations and everything, I love my focus when I was able to just isolate everything else. But usually every 2 to 3 hours, I try to chat with my friends, classmates, or co-workers. It's very important to have that social interaction to keep ourselves motivated and hold ourselves accountable. So I really encourage you to have a study partner, to have a working partner. I was in Beijing during 2003. You know what's happening in 2003, right? In Beijing. So during the lockdown, I had a study partner and we were just competing with each other in terms of how much things we learned, how much work that we've done, and how much homework that we finished. So every day we were competing with each other. It's a good competition and we always try to help out with each other. At the end of the day, I felt like I learned so much more during that 3 months compared to when I actually went to school. It's crazy. If I was just doing alone, I wouldn't be as productive and efficient. Try to have a work partner or study partner and try to check on each other every 2 to 3 hours. And I really recommend you to use the Google Hangout. I really like that Gmail function that you can just like Gmail each other on Google Hangout. The reason for using Google Hangout is that I could chat with my friends over the laptop instead of using my phone, because I don't use my laptop for Facebook or Instagram or any social media. I only use my phone. So by leaving my phone far away, I'm still in social contact only about school or work or studying and making sure we're keeping each other's company, but I'm not checking social media, I'm not checking Instagram or Facebook. So I highly recommend you to use that Google Hangout function. Tip number 9, block your lunch time. I know when we go to school and when we go to work, we usually block our lunch time. When we go to school, usually we go to the school cafeteria with our friends. When we go to work, sometimes we drive around the town or we go to the break room, we chat with our coworkers. And usually lunch hour is the time that I actually like zen myself. Because I am an introvert person, during the lunch hour, I actually love to go to the gym or go around, walk around by myself, try to enjoy some me time. Okay, so even if you're working from home, try to break 30 minutes to 1 hour of lunch break is very important. That speaks to do not eat your lunch in front of the computer. Actually, I do that all the time trying to increase my productivity, but I also know it's not healthy. Especially when you're working or studying from home where your work and study are not separated from your rest and sleep. So when you smudge all of them together, sometimes we don't have that physical separation, but at least we can have some time separation. So block 30 minutes to 1 hour of lunch break and eat your lunch in front of your dining table. Try to watch some YouTube videos such as my videos. You can lay on the couch. Just saying, you can lay in bed, take a nap, but make sure you have an alarm so that after the hour, you're back to work. That's why it's very important to block you in and also block you out. So making sure that you're only relaxing during the lunch hour so you can resume work in the afternoon. Usually during the lunch break, I love to check my social media, I love to text my friends, and I also love to take a walk. So these are the things that you can do. Just try to relax and distress and try to take a mental break so that we can be more productive in the afternoon hours. Tip number 10. Usually when we study from home, it's kind of boring that you're only studying in one spot. Instead of in school, we can go to study in the classroom, or we can just study in the library, we can study outside. So one of the things that I do is actually to change the work setting. Actually, I have my workstation set up downstairs, but sometimes I also love to use my husband's office. Sometimes I also love to use the dining table. I know now living in a house is easier for me to change from room to room, but before, when I was living in a student apartment, what's going on? Before I got married, I used to live in a student apartment with 3 other roommates. So I used to, I think there is like a serious ambulance or something. Well, okay, so before I moved into the house, I used to live in a student apartment with 3 other roommates. So usually I just work in my room, but sometimes when I got bored, I would just like, instead of sitting on the desk, I was sitting on the ground with my laptop. And then I got even more bored, I would go downstairs and I would just go to our dining table. Well, we didn't have a dining table, so I used the kitchen bar island. So there are 4 seats, we can just sit together to have breakfast in the morning sometimes, but instead of eating, I would just work over there. So I was changed from place to place. Sometimes people love to separate their workspace from couch. Sometimes it's also better that we mix them together so we're not getting bored with our work setting. Finally, after our work, after we want to call it a day, to me, it's also important to take my final walk around the neighborhood or go for a jog after 5 p.m. and it symbolizes the end of the day. So basically, it symbolizes I'm actually walking from work to home. So I just walk around the neighborhood for half of a mile or 1 mile so that I can just be like, oh, I'm actually going home. And after I got back home, I can start my evening or night routine, eat my dinner. If I want to work a little bit more after dinner, that's also fine. But to me, it's very important to have those like walks so that I know, oh, it's the end of the day. It's time to relax. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope these tips and strategies are helpful to you. Honestly, I am not allowed to work from home yet, but I really would love to work from home, and I swear I would be more productive working from home. If you have the luxury of working from home, I hope these tips can help you to be more productive and efficient when working or studying from home. Alright, that's it for today. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe and also ring the notification bell. And also comment down below what are your tips and tricks about being productive and efficient working or studying from home, so we can all learn from each other in this community. Alright, that's it for today. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in my next video. Bye!